Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Long time no see. Today is my long overdue unboxing video of my first ever vintage Chanel handbag that I got from Japan. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I recently went to Japan to 4 different cities, including Osaka and Tokyo. I also took you along with me to shop at some of the pre-loved or vintage luxury shops in Tokyo and Osaka. And my last video, which is Shop With Me at Amore in Tokyo, I took you to shop with me at one of the biggest vintage Chanel stores in Tokyo. There are so many options as I show you in the video. If you haven't watched that video yet, please take a pause and follow the link here to check it out. And please feel free to make a guessing of which handbag that I picked from the store, and please leave a comment down below because the bag that I got is actually hidden beside this Chanel box. So do you know which one that I got? A lot of people actually commented on my previous video and said I got the square mini, specifically the Caviar one. I think you all know me really well. You know that I'm super into like the durable leather, including like Caviar or like calf skin compared to lamb skin. But did I really get like the calf skin or the Caviar square mini? You also know that I have a lot of Chanel bags in different sizes. So here right next to me, I have my rectangular mini. This is my first ever Chanel bag, the brand new one that my parents bought me from the boutique. And on the right or like on your left, this is the Chanel Le Boy that I kind of rewarded myself. But these two are also, I think, so-called like the mini size bag. So a lot of people guess that because I'm so into the mini bags, the bag that I got from Japan is most likely a mini bag as well. But is that really the case, guys? Okay, so I'm not going to make you guess or make you wondering anymore. So I'm going to review it right now. To be honest, this is a fake unboxing because I've been using this bag when I was in Japan. I took a bunch of pictures. If I figure out a way to insert pictures into this video, I'll do that. But I also gave this bag to my mom so that because she's visiting and then she loves carrying this bag with her. So it's been like used for quite a while so far. So this is a fake unboxing. And to be honest, even this Chanel box that I used to hide my most recent purchase is not the box for the vintage Chanel bag that I got from Japan, just because a lot of the vintage bags they don't come with the original box or packaging, but the one that I got actually has the original authenticity card, which I really like because it gives me a sense of comfort that I'm getting a real Chanel bag. But I know, like, you know, if you ever shop in Japan or shop vintage in Japan, you know that Japan is like a country that you can really like shop luxury pre-loved items without any kind of like, you know, concern, because I think the law and regulations in Japan is very strict. So you don't really need to worry too much of buying or getting your hands on like a fake luxury item, because the law is so strict and they actually protect the customers. Alright, I've already said a lot, and without further ado, let me review what I got from Japan. Is it really a square mini? Ta-da! Surprise, surprise. I think to a lot of people's surprise, I didn't really go for the mini size bag this time. But I got this Chanel classic flap in the medium size. Isn't she gorgeous? I think I might, well, in the previous video, I might have inserted a very, very quick picture of this handbag. But I did also put comparison between like the red square mini versus the brownish color square mini, including like the black caviar square mini, as well as another like medium size flap, but it's not like the classic style. I don't think it comes with the classic chain that Chanel introduced like starting 2010 or something, or like 1983 if I remember correctly. But it was more of like the I don't know, like it's the classic like gold chain without like the leather strap. And to be honest, this is not even a leather bag. Let me take this bag closer to you. So when I asked the sales associate in Amore, they told me that this bag was actually in, I think it is in canvas, not any kind of leather. I actually prefer this because one of the concern that I had for medium flap is it's so heavy because of the size, you know, if it's in full leather, because I helped my friend to get like a medium flap from Dublin when I traveled there for work. So I tried the exact same style in caviar leather, and then that bag felt a little bit heavy for me. So because I'm really concerned about like the health of my shoulders, you know. So I was like a little bit hesitant in terms of like whether I should go for a medium flap since it's so heavy. But this is just perfect because it is in canvas, so the bag is very, very light. So if I were to compare the weight of this bag to my mini rectangular mini, I would say like the rectangular mini is even heavier than this medium size classic flap. And of course, if you watch my Le Boy video or the review video of the Le Boy bag, you know that my only complaint for this bag was that it's too heavy. So if I compare these two bags, definitely I think the weight of the classic flap that I recently got is definitely like maybe half of the weight of this Le Boy bag. So I really like how lightweighted this bag is, and also because it's in black color, so I think it's rated as in pristine condition. And what I like about this bag is also because it's in the gold hardware. I love gold hardware handbags. The other two that I recently got earlier this year, the Vuitton chain and also like the round clutch, if you remember the pink one, both of them are in champagne gold hardware, but this one, I think this bag is from 1999. So this bag is actually in bright gold hardware. So if you look at it in the light, so as you can see, I have like a natural like indoor lighting right now. It really has that sparkle when you look at the chain, and it goes really well with the black color canvas. And when I carry this bag, I feel like this is such a classic piece. And as I just mentioned, this bag was actually from 1999. How did I know that? So the sales associates tell me that back in the days, I think in the early 2000s or like the 1990s, when you purchase a bag, they actually put a timestamp in the bag to kind of like, you know, keep a record of when the bag was purchased. I'm not sure whether you can see it clearly here, but here there's a timestamp that shows that the bag was bought on November 1st. Can you see this white sticker or silver sticker right here? So it's showing that the bag was purchased on November 1st, 1999. Which makes this bag a 20 years old bag. Oh my gosh, can you believe this? I mean, like, this was so well maintained. I mean, like, although that this is in canvas, I would say like this bag was rather structured, because I was also like comparing this bag with the cotton bags, to be honest, like both of the square minis are in cotton leather, so that's why I didn't really like go for that, because you can, especially in the winter time, you can easily like get a lot of like fur or like even like animal hair onto the cotton bag. But for this one, because it is in canvas, so it doesn't really tend to get like dirty, so I really like about. And also because it's very, I would say like the although it's not in leather, it's quite structured, the bag. So even the bottom, you don't see any wear and tear, you don't see any dent. It's very flat in the when it comes to the bottom. And I would say like if you're shopping or if you're new to the Chanel world and if you're comparing the leather, definitely I wouldn't suggest you to go for like the lambskin leather, because I saw so many lambskin Chanel bags in the pre-loved luxury stores, but majority of them are in pretty bad shape, I would say. And then I think lambskin, in terms of like the value wise, I think they tend to lose value very quickly, because you can see the wear and tear, and then after you buy this bag from the pre-love or like the vintage stores, you definitely use that bag, right? So I think that bag would then depreciate even more, unless you don't use it that often, or if you're super careful when it comes to like using your Chanel bags. But for me, like I prefer to be really carefree, so I didn't really go for like the lambskin bags. And I think what made me decide to buy this bag or go for this bag is the price. I mean, vintage Chanel, I think it's a really great option if you have a limited budget, but you had to really like do your homework, and you had to really like browse through like the hundreds and hundreds of Chanel or like Louis Vuitton or any kind of handbags that you're interested in the pre-love store, and really get your hands on like a one that is in good quality with reasonable pricing. So this is the one that I think has both good quality, pristine condition, which was very important for me, and also reasonable price. So for the leather, well, I mean for lambskin or caviar classic flap in the medium size, right now the retail price in the US is $5,600 pre-tax. So like with tax in the US, especially in California, it's around like 9% or even like close to 10%. It can easily go above $6,000. And let me reveal that this bag, like after like tax refund, because if you're not a Japanese citizen, you can apply for tax return to like it's more like an additional discount of the retail price. So if I convert that, if I deduct the tax return and also convert the Japanese yen to US dollar, this bag, oh my gosh, it's around $2,600. So it's almost like less than half of the price of a brand new classic flap. I think some people may say that, hey, that's because this is not in leather. But I was like, even the non-leather or like canvas or any kind of like a tweeted classic flap is similar to the $5,600, right? So we all know, like especially the classic pieces that Chanel has is super expensive at this moment. So being able to get my hands on like a classic style like this one, the medium flap, such a lightweighted bag with a reasonable price, which is less than half of the retail price, I was like super lucky. And then let me show you like what the inside looks like. So as you can see, like similar to the other classic flaps, there's a CC logo, and then there's 4 holes on top of the flap. And then within the bag, you see like this is what differentiates from like the current collections. I think it's how they have like different like designs for like the logos inside of the flap. But as usual, like they have the lipstick holder, they have like the 2 pockets inside. I use one of the pocket to put my authenticity card. This actually, I know right now it's in like it's starting 28 or something, but back in 1990s it started with number am I reviewing too much? It started with number 5, but I really like how they have the authenticity card, to be honest. And I think I can go on and on and on with this bag, but in my next video, I'll show you guys what fits inside of this bag. I know a lot of people are curious about like what fits inside of the classic flap in medium size versus the mini, because a lot of the YouTubers actually tell people that they fit around the same amount of stuff inside of the bag. Although if you look at them like side by side, you can see there's a huge difference between the medium flap and the mini flap. So I think in my next video, just in case this video runs really long, I'm going to do like a comparison of what fits inside. But yeah, I'm super happy with this purchase. And anything that I'm missing? Okay, so in my next video, maybe I will do like a mugshot of the 3 different ways to wear this bag. I've been loving this bag so much. So does my mom. She carried this every day now because she's visiting and she's not like, you know, carrying a bag with her. But I mean, like so far the bag has been doing so well. Like I haven't seen any like wear and tear. I'm not worried about like any wear and tear at this moment. The clothing looks pretty puffy still, and I still can't believe that this bag is already 20 years old. It's such a good purchase. I've been enjoying this so much. And yeah, that's my most recent update and my review of the first ever vintage Chanel bag that I purchased. I strongly recommend Japan as like the, you know, like the luxury, vintage luxury heaven. So if you ever want to visit Japan, I'll definitely suggest you guys to check out the vintage luxury stores. I think with less than half the retail price, you can buy a classic style. So definitely a bargain for me. All right, that's it for you guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you do, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys next time. Make sure you post any kind of like comments, questions in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Mwah.